This event is not one of Petter Solberg's favourites, his best ever finish being 6th, and he was finding problems as early as the first stage, losing his brakes on this downhill section. The start of day 2 saw this become the battle for second. Francois Duval collided with a telegraph pole on stage 6. The pole was broken in 2 and co-driver Stefan Prévost taken to hospital for treatment on a badly bruised leg. Another driver in the wars was Skoda's Armin Schwartz. An error on stage 7 saw him roll out of the rally. A dislocated shoulder, his reward was on a charge.
3, 2, 1...
On stage 11, he overhauled Tony Gardemeister, and entering stage 12, which passed over the famous Col de Turini, he was within 20 seconds of Gronholm. But on the descent from the Col, he was caught by this patch of snow. It would be another Monte Carlo to forget for the Norwegian.
I had double caution ice and I braked just too late and just gained speed on the ice and went into the stone wall and took a wheel off.
Gronholm only needed to hold it together to record his best ever Monte Carlo result, but on the same spot where Solberg was caught out, again disaster. Making it back to service on 3 wheels, Marcus finished 5th.
Increased his lead by a few tenths on the first stage. With the lead standing at 13 seconds, Gronholm had the choice to attack or settle for second. But to the Finn, victory is everything. There would be no points in Sweden for Gronholm, not the parting gift his team boss was looking for.
By finishing even second, he would have a very good operation for himself, driver's classification, and for us, manufacturer. So I am a little bit disappointed, to be honest.
Martin. One person who would want to forget Mexico was Ford's Danny Sola. The Spaniard was nominated as the second Ford driver to score points and had been lying as high as 5th before this happened. Ford data showed that the car was doing in the region of 80 to 90 miles an hour when it went off the road. It's true testament to the strength of these WRC cars that both Sola and his co-driver walked away unscathed.
Love it here.
Super piège, droite.
Driver's title. But Peugeot's Marcus Gronholm is a man with a point to prove. He was fastest on the opening stage, showing he was in the mood to put a stop to the Loeb-Solberg dominance. But on stage 3, Gronholm was too quick. Not his fault, the blame lay with an incorrect pace note which saw the Peugeot enter the bend too fast. But now, disorientated from the numerous rolls, Gronholm's main priority was to find the right way up the stage.
Direction!
He made it back to service where his team amazingly got the car back in racing shape, and Gronholm would end the day back in the points in 7th. Francois Duval is another in need of a good result and was in 4th position entering stage 4. Another big off, and this time it looks like driver error. Duval reacting too late to a pace note. For the 4th time in 5 events, Duval would score no driver's points. Another driver feeling the sharp end of Sardinia was Mikko Hirvonen. Running in a privately entered Ford Focus, he had been as high as 3rd until this off-road excursion brought his rally to an end.
After the destruction that had been dished out in Sardinia, if the crews were looking for some respite, the hot, rough, rocky roads of Cyprus weren't the place to be heading. The opening stage, Langudera, is regarded as one of the toughest of the season.
meni ohjaustehot.
Eikä. Ja sammu koko auto.
Engine stall. Engine has stall and
I cannot
we
start.
cannot start. Engine has stall.
Marcus Grönholm's rally was over. A stone had broken the timing belt and a bent valve saw him unable to restart the car. Punctures are always an issue here, and Harry Rovanperä passed Tony Gardemeister while he stopped in stage 4 to change a tyre. But when Rovanperä developed transmission problems a few kilometres further on, it was Gardemeister who needed to do the passing. And a moving target isn't quite as easy to get by. All this saw Sebastian Loeb end the day with a lead of more than 2 minutes. But elsewhere, Cyprus was still creating havoc. François Duval brakes too late for this stage 11 corner. And when he tries to restart the engine, the car bursts into flames. This was the Belgian's third big off in 6 events, a situation which would have repercussions for his future at Citroën. Go well for Petter Solberg. He was lucky to survive this moment on stage 2, with just some severe damage to the rear end. But on stage 5, a broken drive shaft saw him lose his four-wheel drive and drop down to 40. Elsewhere, the prize for the biggest off of the rally went to Skoda's Jani Passanen.
Miinus pitkä.
The Skoda falling 20 metres down a cliff on stage 11.
Mitsubishi's 2 drivers were going well. Gigi Gali was up to 4th before broken front suspension stopped him in his tracks. That pushed teammate Harry Rovanperä up to 5th and into a battle with fellow Finn Tony Gardemeister. He was lucky to still be running after 3 offs on the last stage of the day.
See if it'll go.
Hero Marcus Grönholm to end Sebastian Loeb's record-breaking run. An off on stage 8 saw Petter Solberg lose his rear spoiler. And the resultant lack of downforce nearly spelled disaster.
80, keep right of a big jump. 40, small crest, 50, keep right of a...
It was a lucky escape, but the lost time ended any chance he had of taking first place.
Tarmac rally, but a tarmac rally like no other. Tony Gardemeister got an early taste of the local wine with an excursion into the vines on the first stage. He survived this, but electrical failure on day 2 saw him lose 21 minutes and any hope of scoring points.
43 plus left.
Marco Martin lost his rear right tyre after hitting a roadside wall on stage 3. The Estonian lost 50 seconds, but he fought back to 4th by the end of the rally. A rally-long fight for the lower point-scoring places.
Sinistra 600, destra 4, corta, 4, taglia la 6, taglia la sinistra 6, 150.
They all had their problems, but it was Gali who came out on top in this battle, finishing 5th. And the rally's leading duo were not immune from the unpredictable surfaces and changing grip which make this event unique. Francois Duval coming close to ruining his good work here. While Sébastien Loeb also needed a quick 360 early on day 2. But these were to be minor blemishes. Skoda had drafted in Mikko Hirvonen to score points for them, as he had previous experience of the event. But problems with a badly damaged front tyre saw him leave the leaderboard and the road completely. In front, Petter Solberg now had just 2 stages to complete to claim a memorable win. A huge rock right on the racing line had broken his steering. Huge disappointment for a speechless Solberg.
The car's parked in the trees. Can you tell us how it happened?
The first stage of day 3, Francois Duval was pushing hard to regain his podium position. But he got this corner all wrong. He ended back on his wheels, but the damage done forced his retirement.
Petter Solberg, lying 6th after stage 2, went from bad to worse on the next stage. He slid off and damaged the right front wheel, ending his hopes of victory. But elsewhere, day 2 provided plenty of drama. On stage 8, Gigi Gali set the fastest time, but caught out by a difficult left-hander after the flying finish, his car left the road and beached down a ditch. With nobody bettering his time, Gali was in the strange position of being the stage winner, but having to... Ford had a costly day. On stage 9, Spain's Dani Sola, who had won stage 3, went off spectacularly 2 kilometres before the end and retired. And 4th place, Tony Gardemeister had a narrow escape after this off. It left him teetering on the edge of a cliff. He eventually made it off the bank, but had dropped 12 minutes.
Loeb was now the main challenger to Solberg. And on stage 8, he took the lead. He was in place to claim another record for Citroën. If he won this event, the team would have 11 victories this season, a record for a manufacturer. But this is not a position the Frenchman is used to being in. A rather flat ending to a glorious year. Behind him, Harry Rovanperä had joined the fight for the podium positions. He looked to be gaining the upper hand, but this spin on stage 16 cost him time. Mcrae had generally been quicker on the second run through the stages when the racing line was cleaner, and was hoping that he could go on the attack after service. But something was wrong. A precautionary clutch change was taking far too long. The team lost the race against the clock. Mcrae was over time and excluded. Respect for the driver's performance and sympathy for the mechanic's misfortune.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Just what can you say?
Take me through it.
I don't really know what the problem is, but with some kind of problem with the clutch, which they decided to change, which should have been a routine service and turned into a nightmare.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. If you're interested in more content like this, check out our back catalog of videos. We have hours and hours and hours of compilation videos, podcasts where you'll get news, you'll get my opinion on certain things, which who doesn't want to hear that? Check it out. If you would, like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future uploads. We will be making more videos like this one. So, if you're interested, turn on notifications, like, subscribe, the works. And I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. God bless. Love you. Peace.